We have Polkadot, symbol DOT, and this one being requested by Mr. Hootie Hennessy, and he's looking at the short term for this price action analysis. And in fact, we'll be doing the whole, we'll be doing the whole rigmarole for this one right now. But we will start off with the short term timeframes, as we do see a bit of a rejection there on the daily, but this is not anything too concerning just yet. I mean, the uptrend does remain on the daily as long as we're especially above, $21.5. So there you go right there. But 4-hour timeframes are starting to turn around a little bit, and you do have a very obvious range going on right here now, don't you? You do see your top side of the range similar to Bitcoin, right around about 26 and a quarter, similar to Bitcoin at about 49.3, 49.4, whatever it was right there. We can take off this one. It's not relevant towards this time frame, and this is what we're focusing on right now. And then of course to the downside of the range, we can just use these wick lows, start to close below there about 24.70 or so. I would be looking for a nice downside move, somewhere down around about 23 and a quarter, to perhaps even all the way down to about 22.90 or so, anywhere down around here. In fact, I will put in a nice little rectangle if it does break down somewhere right around there, and I would be looking for a bit of a bouncy bounce. Does that start to go against the daily trend in this case? Be a little bit more concerning, yes, but that is around your last, your last low in this case. So I would be looking for a bit of a bounce there, and that wouldn't be too problematic. But you got to start looking at where Bitcoin is at that point. If Bitcoin starts to break below $46,000, that's where I start to get a lot more concerned about these altcoins. So in this case right here, can still obviously pop back up, but needs to hold this current low side of the range. And for right now, things are looking a little bit more downside angled, especially from a momentum oscillator perspective. We do see multiple drives of hidden bearish divergence right there. Now, you could very easily argue that that's mostly played out, but volatility is starting to increase as this one does test the bottom side of the range. Not good, especially on a confirmation of already a 4-hour trend reversal, or sorry, hourly trend reversal. Let's go over to the buyer lane, see if there's anything particular concern right here as well. Yeah, you do see the 200 simple and 200 exponential average coming right in that region as well here. I would be looking for perhaps yet again another bounce right there. But again, bounce, do not confuse bounce with reversal in this case. Just a little bit of a bounce, and probably easier to watch Bitcoin for direction. 12-hour, do we see any signals right here? No, not necessarily, although this one does look a little more breaky downy on the 12-hour, and 6-hour, same thing as well, actually. It does look like this market actually does want to move lower from this region. A lot of the altcoins are not looking too hot right here, so I do suspect that the bear trappy potential scenario is probably not the most likely thing to play out right here. Let's see, does a 3-hour have anything for me? Not necessarily. Actually, just getting a silver cross to the downside right there, not fucking good. And general target would be, about 23 and a quarter, somewhere down around there for the next bouncy bounce, and then come back to it after that. See what the 5-day looks like at this point. Yeah, not too problematic on the 5 days. So higher term time frame still more or less okay, but again, do not confuse higher term time frames with lower term time frames. And just out of curiosity, where are our momentum oscillators on this one for the short-term time frames? We do start to see them turn down around this region. That's gonna, that is not looking good right there. 25 and a quarter for 4-hour Stokes to turn back down and stay within the bearish control zone. So if that does happen within the next 2 hours and 14 minutes for the next closures, then I'd be looking for this one very likely to break down from this region. So keep that in mind. But until that happens, hey, you can still have a little bit of light slip for Boo Law Jesus. Again, easier to watch Bitcoin spot though. A lot easier to watch Bitcoin spot, I do suspect. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful, sir.